No lessons were learnt after the case of Nirbhaya. If you look at what has happened today, you will only come to one conclusion, that all that happened after Nirbhaya was big talk from our establishment. On the ground, nothing has changed. Firstly, the perverts, the rapists, the pedophiles and the brutes are as unafraid today as this case is proven off the law as they were 6 months back, as they were before all of us expressed our collective anger, before a law was drafted and before a law was passed. That is why a 5-year-old has been brutalized in a manner that even the doctors find hard to describe. She is lying as of now at AIIMS, the top Delhi hospital. The rapist tried to slit her throat, mutilated her private parts. When she was found, she was soaked in her own blood. Tonight, even after this, will we not have the mandatory death penalty for all rapists? Why are we so weak when it comes to being tough? How many more incidents like this will happen before we say, no, there must be death penalty for all rapists? It seems even this case does not shake us up. Secondly, the police have not changed at all. A few months back, shamed, embarrassed at their incompetence being exposed, they tried to clamp down on citizens. They tried to be tough with protesters, with citizens. Look at those pictures now. Tonight, some policemen showed that they are not only utterly useless in implementing the law, but they are also professional cowards. Cowards who slap women when questioned. Cowards who assault women who ask them why they are so consistently useless. Tonight I ask these policemen's bosses and their bosses' bosses, who do they serve? Why did they not file an FIR when the girl went missing? When the family could not locate the girl, why couldn't they? Why did they try to bribe the girl's father? Why did they try to bribe the girl's father 2,000 rupees to keep him quiet? Whose side are they on, the victim or the rapist? When asked what they were doing to find the rapist, why did they say the parents should be grateful that the girl is alive? What attitude is that? And now, when facing questions, why did they slap these women? What is wrong with the police in this country? I present to you, Newshour viewers, 2 pictures tonight for your judgment. One is that of the old woman who was thrashed yesterday while questioning the rape and murder of a 6-year-old whose body was found in a garbage dump, brutalized in Aligarh. That's yesterday's picture. And then the picture of the young woman being slapped by a male police officer to teach her a lesson. And I'm asking tonight, is this the price of democracy for the Aam Aadmi? Is this country safe only and only for the VVIPs? I'd like to hear from you. This is a Newshour special edition. No fear of the law. Nothing has changed. The police is as useless as they were before. And Shweta Parulekar of the Shiv Sena with me in the studio. Mahesh Jethmalani of the BJP senior advocate with us. Ranjana Kumari, Center for Social Research. Usha Uttup is well-known singer and citizen of Kolkata. Harish Pijur from Bangalore. Sudha Sundaram of the AIDWA from Delhi. Neena Nayak of the NCPCR. Shivam Vij and Rahul Mehra of the Aam Aadmi Party. Thank you very much. It's a big panel. We have a lot of time. And we need to look at this entire issue in a great amount of detail. There is a lot of outrage as of this moment, but some people would feel, Ranjana Kumari, that this outrage will evaporate. And people are disturbed because the police has proven to be as useless and as insensitive as it was 6 months back.
Absolutely, Arnav. There is no learning whatsoever. Not only that they, as we also heard, that FIR was not lodged. Just recently we passed the law under Section 166A. These people should be charged. FIR should be lodged against the police officer. The police officer who has slapped the protester. How, ironical it can get that the women who are protesting against a girl child rape, and that is to by a real brutal predator, and these are the women who are getting slapped by the police for protesting. Police does not do its duty. State is totally failing in Delhi. Only one answer we get from the Chief Minister of Delhi and the political parties of Delhi and political class of Delhi, that it is the responsibility of the government, and then of course the government says that it is the responsibility of the police. We do not know if any of them would accept that if they are not protected by the police, what will they do?
Why does the
perfection? But the armed aurat cannot, beti cannot get protection. What kind of a system are we living in? If their protection fails, then they will certainly go to the central government and ask for the protection. Why can't in this case be some kind of a proper statement comes from anybody? They all start running here and there, but no lesson.
I think the Prime Minister is asking for action here against those police officers. I mean, I don't want to be subtle about it. I think the police commissioner, I think the police commissioner of Delhi should be sacked, because he should have unilaterally suo moto by now taken action against the police officer who slapped the police woman. That the Prime Minister of India should have to tell the police commissioner, please do your duty. The police commissioner of Delhi should be sacked. Enough of this kind of incompetent police. Let me get a view in from Neena Nayak. Neena Nayak, you saw those visuals there. People are shocked about it. I'm also shocked, however, at why these incidents keep happening again and again.
See, Arnab, this whole incident, it's appalling. I can really, my heart bleeds for that family. But this whole issue is a systemic issue. You're looking at that one constable. He had to be sensitized. The new act has come at all levels. We need to have a larger number of a police force. This is a unique,
sensitized to what?
Assault is not anything. This is very unique, vulnerable.
So sensitized to what?
They have to be sensitized to this kind of sexual violence that is happening in society, increasing numbers.
No,
the time and these.
No, why was sensitizing not done, Miss Nayak?
Recruited based on
Miss Nayak,
that is what is necessary.
What was happening for the last 6 months?
Mandates that. Exactly, we have been time and again writing to all levels, talking, visiting states, telling them. So I think they just have to be enforced. You have to have a larger
No, but it is not enforced. You see, it's not enforced. You see, it's not enforced. I just want to get Usha Uttupin. It's not about enforcing. It's about caring that this child is from a poor family, and I want to place it on record today that the only people who are out there protesting are the Aam Aadmi Party. People even now are looking at this through political lines. This girl who is fighting for her life, Usha Uttup, belongs to an extremely poor family. That's the fact. That she's extremely poor family, and that's why there is this feeling you can do what you want.
I just feel so terrible about this, and I really talk for the, as you said, Aam Aadmi, an Aam woman. I mean, for every mother, for every grandmother like myself who has a granddaughter, and for all the people who have children, what difference does it make whether you have, you're from this strata or this strata? I mean, it's just unbelievable. And when you keep saying nothing has changed, I think lots has changed, only for the worse. Only for the worse. And I feel so terrible to think that I also belong to the police family and see where we are at. What is happening? I mean, I'm so sad. Besides talking, is there nothing else that we can do?
Of course there is.
Isn't there any action that's so helpless?
Of course there is. Of course there is. What we can do is put a fear of the law. No, put a fear of the law, Usha Uttup. We can put a fear of the law.
Stringent law, death penalty.
Death penalty, that's the point. Revive the debate on the death penalty. Let's not be soft now anymore.
That is it.
Clearly,
absolutely in public.
You support it. Shweta Parulekar of the Shiv Sena, you support it now?
I support this. There has to be a very stringent change in the law, and death penalty is the only answer, because only by that I think some change will be brought about.
So you think death penalty for all rapists?
Absolutely.
This whole definition that is going on right now, the death penalty only for repeat offenders.
When such a barbaric act happens, whether he's a repeater or not, it doesn't matter. He has done such a hideous act,
Well, the fact is that there are such people, Mahesh Jetpalani, in every country. in every country. India is not a country which uniquely germinates sexual predators. Sexual predators and perverts are there in every country, including ours. But in our country, for some reason, they have no fear. Isn't that the issue, Mr. Jethmalani?
Well, I have to say that large swathes of our population, even today, have a completely, not merely feudal and patriarchal, but almost a contemptuous attitude for women. And that's manifested in the attitude of the police, most recently in the example of the police officer who tells the family that, spare your girl child some public shame and take 2,000 rupees and close the case.
Yeah.
I think it's as much, it's not just institutional change we need, Arnav, we also need attitudinal change. Because we pride ourselves on being the most ancient civilization in the world, but I think our value system needs serious examination. There's a lot to be done. We have to empower women. I think the time has come when women have to take this into their own hands, because they're really not getting much
Mr. Jethmal,
momentum from male rulers. So I think this one-third rule in Parliament, or one-third representation for women in Parliament. If you look at even our cabinet, our judiciary,
what changes?
They are completely underrepresented. Women are underrepresented.
What changes?
All the time they have to petition men.
No, my point is, please, today in Indian politics, I would say all the powerful people in Indian politics, more than 50% of them, Sonia Gandhi, Jayalalitha, Mamata Banerjee, Mayawati, Sushma Swaraj, there is no dearth of women who have tremendous political influence. But yet, the Prime Minister of India has to put out a press release and say, please take some action against this horrible police officer. Why does the Prime Minister of the country, why does the Prime Minister of the country have to say, take action against why does Akhilesh Yadav not care about the fact that in his state, let's show the pictures of Aligarh, an old woman is hit for protesting against a rape. Where is Sheila Dikshit today? No, where is Sheila Dikshit today? Where is the Delhi Police Commissioner? Where was he hiding all this while? Why don't they do a joint press conference? There are questions here which come to mind. Shivam, which can I draw you in on this? Why does this happen again and again?
Please. Arnab, if you remember, after the 16 December case, there were demands to sack the Delhi Police Commissioner or ask him to resign. And he said nothing will be solved if he resigns. Now again we see it is the police which is responsible. The entire thing about death penalty is that you can give death penalty only if there's an FIR. And if there's an FIR and you can do in 5 years in jail, that would be deterrent enough. But when the police is not even going to file an FIR, we have a serious problem here that we can't even trust the police to help us. So I think the number one thing that needed right now is the resignation of Delhi Police Commissioner.
Absolutely.
But also we need to ask why was the police not willing to file an FIR? Were they bribed by the rapist, or was there political pressure on the police to sort of hush up this case to prevent the government from further flack?
Absolutely.
Now I think the latter is more likely. In which case it is the government and the police that is the problem. We need police reforms to insulate the police from political pressure. We need
there's no political pressure.
A kind of system to check police corruption. I think these actions are far more important than death penalty.
There is no political pressure, and I don't want to use high-sounding words like police reform. The fact of the matter is very simple. I don't know why nobody is seeing it. Here is a very poor child from a very poor family. Here's a very poor.
Police reforms is to insulate the police from politicians.
No, where is
it is very likely that the police was told to hush up this
politicians.
Case, lest they be flacking against the government. Let Arnab Goswami do a show on this.
Politicians, though, less said the better. They are reacting because the media is making it issue. Next minute, they'll now be saying, please don't put so much focus on this issue. Let's talk about some other more pleasant issues. The fact of the matter is this, and I want to come to Rahul Mehra. Why does a policeman tell the father of a child, be happy your daughter is back, here is 2,000 rupees, just keep shut? Because he doesn't want a rape incident against his track record. In his police files, he does not want a rape, he wants to hush it up.
Arnab, the message is very clear, and it's been coming over and over again back on our face that this is a country where there is no accountability at any level. There is zero transparency at different systems. Systems don't exist, in fact, and there is no implementation, and therefore a person who's committing a fault rather than being taken to the gallows and a deterrent principle being put in place. All that is being said to the masses is that you can continue to be as arrogant, as senseless and meaningless in your approach, but we will not touch you, we will not harm you. Now I'll give you two examples, Arnab. One, see the way things have carried on in America after the blast. Politicians don't go where they are not supposed to go. They do not go on the site. People are allowed to investigate. Investigations happen immediately, and people are held to account for if there are no perpetrators who are caught immediately. You already have the faces of the two people who were.
No, don't digress. Let's keep the focus on this incident.
Now I'm coming back. I'm just trying to give a simile to you, Arnab. Out here, we had a December 16 and absolutely not a single head rolled. There was no systemic change made. All we did was, we started talking about legal jargons. Legal jargons and death penalties mean absolutely nothing.
You see, I'll tell you one thing.
Unless and until there is empathy towards the citizens of this country, the aam insan. And unfortunately, we are in India where are two Indias. One is for the rich and the famous. Justice Kardju jumps in when there is a powerful personality going to jail. But Justice Kardju is quiet today. Where is he? I don't see him anywhere.
Good point.
So we are two Indias, and that's the problem. And there's nobody who wants to talk about and have empathy for this India.
The point is very well taken. I want to go across to Sudha Sundaram, and then I'm coming to Harish Bijur. Now, let's go to Harish Bijur first. I'll come to Sudha Sundaram later. You know, Mr. Bijur, down to basics, you are in Bangalore. In 20 minutes from now, the Delhi Chief Commissioner will have a news conference. He may come out because the Prime Minister has told him, I'll do something now, I'll act. But the fact is, incompetence is not being punished. The man carries on in his job. 20 minutes from now, he'll say a few things very predictably, and then say the media should be restrained in its reporting.
You know, Arnab, there's one word which is resonating in my head time and again when I'm reading details of what's happened to this poor little 5-year-old child. And that is sick, sick, sick. Because, you know, the guy who perpetuated it, total sickness. And what is worse is the police force, which we're talking about, as rumored, as reported, to be saying that take 2,000 rupees and hush it up.
Yeah.
I do believe, very importantly, heads need to roll. One head needs to roll. And I'll tell you the reason why. You know, we come from a culture where we have had railway ministers resigning when a train in a remote area collided and, you know, created 3 deaths.
Many decades back, no longer.
The reason I want a head to roll, absolutely, not many decades back, I want that culture back again. I'll tell you why a head needs to roll. A head needs to roll because the next time any police thanedar does not entertain a complaint like this, the thanedar must have a fear. And the fear is that my top boss is going to lose his job. And that fear is going to make him act in accordance with the rule of law. Unfortunately, that fear does not exist. And that fear is what I'm gunning for today. A head must roll, and the top head must roll, and it must convey a message to everybody that a 5-year-old child, never mind
you're saying the Delhi Police Commissioner should go.
Comes from. Please note.
Yeah, true.
I think so, because that is the start point. Put the fear in the thanedar who has done this to say that I was responsible for my top boss to lose his job. And when a man in khaki understands that, I think the news will spread. The message will spread.
I totally support that. And this is what the victim's father said. I want to read it out. I'm going to come back to you, Ranjana Kumari, right after that. The victim's father says that the policeman said, stay with the child, concentrate on her health. Public will not be of any help to you. So the police is saying, first of all, be with the child, reconcile yourself to your situation. Public will be of no help, and then gives 2,000 rupees for expenses and leaves. My question to all the Newshour viewers is, in our country, there are some policemen who offer bribes almost in lieu of rapists. And the Prime Minister of India is having to tell and request the Lieutenant Governor of the state of our national capital to do something. Ranjana Kumari, and the same police commissioner will have a press conference now.
Well, Arnav, it's really sad state of affairs at the moment. Even after, you know how much hard work we all put into protest, you all join in, and we made the whole country to realize Verma Commission, new law has been put in place. But now we all know that unless these people are really put through a proper training where they are able to understand what to do, how to respond,
what training?
what kind
How
of
do
a
you,
mindset
what
they
training
carry,
can you? How
unless
can you?
we change
How can you?
that.
How can
And
you?
also you can change any amount of police commissioners, Arnav, if the whole police, look what happened in UP. Look at the brutally the UP police was beating the women who went to protest.
So why
look
is there a give a damn attitude?
I think our society, what ails our society is the attitude, the mindset.
I think you need shock treatment.
That needs to be changed, Arnav. It cannot go on like this.
Of course it cannot, but you need some shock treatment. Or you need to put the fear in the law. And my question to the lawyer on the panel, Mahesh Jethmalani, is this. Consider this, Mr. Jethmalani, that the law as of now says that death sentence for repeat offenders, right? Which means that if this man who has done this to this 5-year-old child is not a repeat offender, he'll get away. And by consequence, we will have sexual predators on the streets. What do we lose? What do we lose unless we have no faith in our judicial system? What do we lose by having the death penalty for rapists?
Well, Arnav, it's not that he will get together. Don't get me wrong. I am an abolitionist who's now veering around to the view that you need the death sentence in our country for more and more offences. And I certainly think that rape is, particularly when rape leads to death, cases of child rape and cases of gang rape, these are basic civilizational values. And if people violate these, they don't deserve the right to life. Then they deserve to lose their life so long as due process is observed. I am with you on that. But I think the problem is that the new law hasn't kicked in as yet, and people haven't been made aware. The Nirbhaya law hasn't yet been publicized enough so that the fear of that law, once that law is implemented, we should go step by step. Once that law is implemented and it proves ineffective, the next step would be to consider the death sentence.
No, but one is the law is not effective enough. No, one is the law is not effective enough. That's a surmise. It can equally be argued that the law is not effective enough. The police is never on the victim's side. If you are poor, you will be bludgeoned. There will be attempts to bribe you. The law will be ineffective. A poor person cannot be fighting a case in court. No, a poor person cannot fight a case in court. He needs the fear of the law to protect the dignity of his child. He needs the fear of the law.
Arnav, the answer to that, very quickly, Arnav, I just come in on this point. There has been since 1979.
There is no fear of the law.
Efforts to reform the police since 1979.
No, there is no fear. Is there a fear of the law, Shweta Pallikar?
100% there is no fear of law. That is why repeatedly these incidences are occurring one after the other. And these police who are involved, they need to resign. That is the first step which has to be taken. And Maheshji some time back said that women need to be empowered. Now, the Chief Minister of Delhi is a woman. Then the National Commission's chief, Mamta Sharma, is a woman.
But that's not enough. Look, I'm not going by a few leaders, a few women.
No,
I'm saying one third of parliament should now consist of women.
That's all right. But Mahesh Jethmalani, let's be very real.
I do support
let's be very real. Let's be very real.
I do support what Mahesh Jethmalani is saying, that you need to empower women. You need to bring women into the main discourse of politics.
Yes.
There are no role models today in politics. All these corrupt politicians, their own personal lives are all messed up. They don't get any kind of good messages to the young people in society, and that is why you are breeding brutes, you are breeding sexual perverts, and that is why these kind of things are happening. I think I totally support Mahesh Jethmalani. We need to bring women into the main discourse.
The thing is, unfortunately, even today there will be people who will be terribly soft.
No, but I don't see how empowering women is relevant here.
No, but Shivam, let me ask you, are you not for a tougher law? For the death penalty now, for all rapists. Are you or are you not?
I am completely against death I'm completely
See,
against
that's
death
where the
penalty
problem
for
is.
Everybody,
So you are a
regardless of the
status
crime,
quoist.
Arnab. The
You
issue here is
are
not
a
death
status
penalty.
quoist when it comes to the law.
FIR, you will not get any punishment. Death penalty or 1 year. The question is whether there will be an FIR, whether there will be an investigation, whether the police is corrupt or not corrupt.
Okay, no. One second. FIR for what?
2004,
No, FIR.
Kolkata, he's hanged for raping and murdering a juvenile.
Shivam,
do you think that's stopped rape in West Bengal?
Shivam,
is there any evidence that death penalty is effective in stopping any crime, be it rape or any
what
other
are you
crime?
saying? What are you saying? You see, you must understand the facts at hand. The facts at hand are this. January to March 2012, 115 cases of molestation. 1 minute. Pre-Nirbhaya. Pre-Nirbhaya, 115 cases of molestation, 143 cases of rape. January to March. In Delhi, where you are. In January to March 2013, post-Nirbhaya, post-Nirbhaya, 794 cases of molestation, 359 cases of rape. See, great news. It's terrible news. It's terrible news.
Fabulous. That's brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's brilliant because it means, no, hear me out. Arnab, hear me out. It means that the reporting has gone up.
Oh, that can't be the only reason.
Reporting has
please,
gone up, that is a big
Shweta.
And today what the police has done,
this is a very sad way of putting this. This is not the way of putting this.
So if the numbers are going up,
this is not the way of putting this, This is a very sad way of putting this.
How can you?
You're saying that these cases are being reported only, that is why you're feeling good about this.
I think
you actually are giving today,
because a number of women now are empowered to go and report
listen.
Today, if the women go to protest also, they are hit on their face. What empowerment are you talking about?
What kind of empowerment are you talking about? You see,
the very fact that women are going to protest is the encouragement they've got from the 16th December and aftermath and the protest and the movement that has happened since then. We should not use these numbers to say that
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. It's one thing, Shivam, to take a position against the death penalty. It is another thing to have an unreal point of view where you don't recognize the fact that there has been a 6-fold increase in numbers due to increased instances of complaints being registered. True, but why is there a 6-fold increase? 1 minute. No. Please don't disregard the fact that 6 times as many cases of rape.
Feel empowered, encouraged.
For God's sake, don't look
at and report these cases.
Don't look at things theoretically. What this means is every day there are 6 cases reported.
I've been following the news reports about this. So many news reports mention
don't look at things statistically.
That because of the Nirbhaya movement, we went and filed this complaint.
Yeah. So what do you want to do? You want to tell the parents of that poor child that, you know what, the system's fantastic. People are reporting rape, so everything's going fine. I want Usha Uthup to come in on this. Do you want to tell Shivam Vij? Do you want to tell the father of that 6-year-old child? Don't complain about a police bribing you.
I want to praise the parents' child that despite
don't look at things theoretically. This is a very
came to the media and told us what happened.
I'm sorry, but that's an extremely elitist way of looking at it. They go to the poor parents of the child and then tell her, as per my statistics, more rapes are being reported. Delhi is fine. We are all progressing fine. Don't complain about why they didn't file an FIR. Don't complain about why they tried to bribe you. Don't complain why they didn't go to look for your child. And don't complain if when you go to protest they slap you. Because more women are reporting that they are being raped. And you are actually going to say, Shivam, this is brilliant? It's not brilliant. It's pathetic. Usha Uthup, I want Usha Uthup, please. Usha Uthup.
I think it's brilliant. I think let the
please don't make it a joke. Usha Uthup, please. Don't make it a joke. Usha Uthup, please.
I don't think it's brilliant. Because I think it's terrible. Actually, the police and the criminals were hand in hand, but they're actually two different issues altogether. I mean, if we're talking about the rapist and this particular incident, I think the law has to be really stringent.
Yeah.
And before we get really, really violent about this, I think something needs to be done. And talking about the police and what the punishment has to be for the police is a totally different thing. I think we're trying to cover up or miss the trees for the woods or woods for the trees. I don't know what it is. But nobody has got the focus at the moment. How can you say this is brilliant? How can you say that?
Just look at all of us
I am
talking
asking
about the same thing. One thing
exactly. I want to take that back,
saying
Shubham.
such an unfortunate thing
I'm
on
saying
national
what's
television
brilliant
today
is that
when
the
you can
cases
get
are being
victimized
reported,
and then you
all.
can go and report it. I mean, what is he
No,
talking about?
I really, I just have a simple question to ask Harish Bijur. No, Nina Nayak, actually, let me ask you this. Tomorrow, if there is a full page ad in a newspaper, 1 minute, if there is a full page ad on one day in all newspapers, full ad in all channels, people will carry it free, which says one message: rape and face death. Simple. If they say you rape, you die. No. Simple. No.
Ram Singh died.
Absolutely.
I want to get Harish Bijur. Harish Bijur.
Arnab,
You rape, you die.
Arnab, I have a simple point on this. And the simple point that I'm making is, people do not fear life.
Yeah.
People fear death. Full stop.
Full stop.
So what are we talking about? A life sentence is absolutely of no significance to a rapist. People fear death. People do not fear life. So I think that's just one solution.
Nina Nayak.
Arnab, can I come in?
Nina Nayak, please respond.
See, I know we're hearing, 1 minute, Arnab, you've heard this whole debate towards death sentence and all that. But just look at the nature of the crime. The numbers are multiplied tenfold, hundredfold.
So?
The police is not equipped. The whole system has to be shaken. While we are very grateful, the public, I as a member of the public, absolutely indebted to you for bringing this to the public. But let the public demand systemic change.
People are demanding, aren't you hearing? People are demanding, aren't you hearing? Aren't people demanding? No, one second. Nina,
we are pushing that man on the ground.
No, you are still pushing whom to the ground?
But it's a new
pushing whom?
situation.
Who is the man we are pushing?
Look at the stigma.
Stigma.
Look at the stigma attached to the victim. I think we need to.
You are talking about everything but the issue. Ranjana Nayak, Ranjana Kumari.
The issue is there. The issue is there.
What kind of stigma is she talking about? This is precisely we have fought against. This is precisely we have fought against. What kind of stigma are you talking about? Why should that stigma be on the woman? Why should she be put to shame? This is what Verma Commission report clearly said. And we do have a very stringent law now. We have, listen to me first. I think you are not well informed. We have a very stringent law. We have a law, but what do you do in a system where the law just started getting implemented? And also we do not have the kind of police system, policing, and the kind of response you saw when everywhere, when the women protest, police is beating women. What kind of a mindset is this? This is what is reflection of the kind of, and also about the rapist, I think we do have a provision now that if the girl is in the process gets killed, the rapist will be hanged. But do you think that they are stopping for that? I think there has to be a deeper thinking. We have to have some perspective on all these issues.
Ranjana Kumari, this man, I can argue it as well. This man raped the girl brutally. 1 minute. He raped the girl brutally, brutally. He put foreign objects in her body. He mutilated her genitals. This child. He mutilated her genitals. He slit her throat. He slit her throat and then he left her. He did not kill her. He did not kill her. He left her.
Yes, Arnav, I know this.
He left her. And tomorrow,
he is an offender.
No. So tomorrow, as per the law,
he is already an offender. He's already an outlaw person. He's already an offender. Police did not act enough to arrest him, so that they allowed him to go back and commit the crime.
With great respect,
this Manoj fellow is already an offender.
With the greatest of respect, as per our present law, if this man is not proven to be a repeat sexual offender, and if the girl survives, he gets away with a softer sentence. That's the point. That's the point, Mahesh Jethmalani, isn't it?
No, Arnav, no, you are wrong.
He doesn't face death. He deserves to die. He deserves to die. He will not get death.
Will be made to suffer in the jail.
Suffer in a jail, that's all relative. He will not get death.
Arnav, I'll shoot him personally.
He will not get death. That's period.
Nobody deserves to die.
Don't take that position here. There is a death penalty, Mahesh Jethmalani. Don't take that anti-death penalty position here. We're discussing justice.
There is death penalty in the country. We have law of the land which
Why not?
Which hangs such people.
Mahesh Jethmalani.
If there are 25,000 rapes in a year, 25,000 people are hanged.
Yeah. So There's a judicial process.
No, hang them. You hang
want a
them.
country like that? Like a
No, what do you want? You want 25,000 proven sexual predators to live off taxpayer money for the rest of their life? You want 25,000 more rapes? You will come on TV. You will come on TV. Shivam, you will come on TV. Shivam, tomorrow the number of rapes go up.
File the cases to investigate the cases.
Yeah, tomorrow the number of rapes. Shivam, tomorrow the number of cases will go up tenfold, and you will come on TV and say brilliant. In the way you just did. Mahesh Jethmalani.
No, I think that's a very sad statement she has made.
Mahesh Jethmalani.
So if everybody knows,
don't be theoretical. Don't be theoretical.
Far less rape.
You're being theoretical. Mahesh Jethmalani.
Arnav, the death penalty will undoubtedly be a deterrent, but it's not going to be an absolute deterrent. There will still be some people who will not fear the death penalty, and the reason for that is because of the kind of police force we have in this country. From 1979 onwards, when we've had the National Police Commission, right down to Prakash Singh's case, we've had the Ribeiro Commission, the Padmanabhaya Commission, the Soli Sorabji report. They've all said that the police is not sensitive to gender justice. Therefore, you need a police force. Now, let me just give you two examples. One ties in with empowering women, and the other is how lax our politicians are in implementing reform. Now, the Supreme Court in 2007 said there must be a State Security Commission. That is a commission where you'll have the government, the Home Minister, the leader of the opposition, members of civil society, retired judges, respected bureaucrats and academicians. They will all be part of the State Security Commission. This happened in 2007. On 12th of April, or 11th of April this year, none of the states had complied with it, and the Supreme Court asked them to comply with it. 6 years from Prakash Singh's judgment, the State Security Commission, which is meant to sensitize the police and free it from political interference and subservience, that still has not happened. Now, that's the second thing. You need a police force which is sensitive to gender justice. That's why you need to empower women.
Sensitivity,
right now, if you have
sensitivity, Mahesh Jethmalani, Mr. Jethmalani, Mr. Jet, I'll tell you how sensitive they are.
Arnab, let me finish, then you can... Yes, Arnab, just 1 minute. You can have your say. Let me just say one important thing. If you have 1/3 of our legislators all over the country being women, reserved for women, you will have a police force that is much more sensitive to gender injustice or justice.
Okay, now I take your point. Now I just want to give one small example of sensitivity in our country.
Not necessarily because 2/3 will be men.
Shivam, please, I want to say whether you'll say brilliant even after this. I'll give one example. I would like to hear whether you'll say brilliant to this.
May I just quickly ask you one question?
Yes, Usha Utupji.
Arnab, I want to ask everybody, you know, we kept blaming the women for dressing provocatively, for soliciting, for doing all kinds of things to start the rape, right?
Yeah.
But now for this 5-year-old girl, what was her fault? We're talking about empowerment, we're talking about sensibility, we're talking about so many things. Everybody is talking about law. 5-year-old girl, what was her fault?
Arnab, can I come in, please?
Yes, sure, Rahul, but I'll say one thing. The question there is something which should go to the entire political class, Usha Utup. I just want to say, because Mahesh was making a point of sensitivity, you know, Mamta Sharma is the head of the National Commission for Women. I mean, I don't know what she does. She's only... As far as the news is concerned, we only hear of Mamta Sharma in terms of one insensitive statement, one act of incompetence, one blunder after another. You know, she has become a liability out there. She's sitting there, the head of the National Commission of Women. And she says, I have taken note of the rape of a 5-year-old in Delhi, but expressed inability to go and visit the family not before Saturday, since it is a holiday on Friday. She says, I cannot go and meet the family before Saturday, because it is a holiday on Friday. I am asking today, Mamta Sharma, after saying that, please, why don't, if you have said this, will you voluntarily resign?
She should resign.
Will you voluntarily resign?
Well, Arnav,
She doesn't deserve to hold this
Arnav, it is
office.
based
Shameful.
of a commission which was constituted because
Shameful.
of hard struggle of women's movement in this country. It is total waste of national commission at the moment. The insensitivity which prevails in every institution which has been created for protecting women, for providing women, for giving women opportunities are really a
Rahul
waste
Mehra.
at the moment. So less we talk about National Commission for Women is better. It hurts us because we really worked hard to get the commission in place.
Okay, here's
And
a
also, I
question.
think it suits the government
Here's a
of the
question
day to have this kind of a commission which is totally insensitive.
Here's a question
In fact,
to
they like
here's
it
a question to
because then
Rahul
they have-
Mehra. Here's
they
a
don't
question
feel
to Rahul
uncomfortable about
Mehra.
anything.
My question to Rahul Mehra is: I appreciate the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party has taken up the issue and is protesting and speaking up against it, and you are a member of the Aam Aadmi Party besides being an advocate, which is fantastic. But how come the logic changed? Earlier, the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal did not go wearing a cap, identifying himself as a politician. Last time they were protesting. How come this time everybody is wearing the Aam Aadmi Party branding? Can people not protest as citizens? Is it important to tell the whole world that you represent a political party? Is there an attempt at getting political mileage out of this? Why can't the Aam Aadmi Party actually go out there as citizens and not as political activists or politicians? Rahul Mehra, answer that, please.
Sure, Arnav, I will. And I hope you give me just a minute to address to the other main issue as well.
But this is the main issue for me.
Arnav, I am a very proud member of Aam Aadmi Party. If you go by what Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani has just said, he's talking about women representation. Our party is the only party which says that right from the Gram Sabha, we have reserved 50% seats for women. Now, coming to the issue which you are raising, Arnav, we are very proud in wearing that cap of ours. We wear our cap even almost while sleeping. Most of our leaders do that. And if our volunteers are having pride in just wearing a particular cap, which identifies what?
Why last time? No, last time. I'm only asking you because I am only asking you because of what you have said in the past. In the last time that there was a protest in Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party came out and said, we will not try and take political advantage, and that's why we don't wear caps. Because the Delhi elections are coming, you started wearing caps. Let's be clear tonight.
Like it or not, that's the, whether somebody likes it or not, Arnav, that is the symbol of our identity as the voiceless citizen of this country who is completely distressed, who has absolutely
you can do that without announcing your political affiliation.
And that's what we are identifying with that cap. If we have now transformed from a social movement into a political party, you see the kind of personalities we take up, you see the kind of social issues we stand for, and you yourself on your show, when you started the show, you said that the only people who have stood by this poor 5-year-old innocent girl on which the barbaric act and the sad
but do it as citizens, not as politicians.
But the volunteers of the Aam Aadmi Party. It wasn't Arvind Kejriwal who was saying vote for me.
No, there were many citizens also.
No, Ranjana Kumari.
Many citizens also, and tomorrow we are organizing. Arnav, I want to say one thing. Tomorrow we are organizing a protest. Women's groups are organizing a protest at ITO, and we will really appeal to everybody who's listening to this program to come and join us there. This is not who does it. This is not who does it. This should shake the conscience of every Indian, wherever you may be, whoever you may be. You must feel hurt today. You must want to do something to change this.
The incident is so sad that one didn't feel like we should brand at that time. There was no need
just
of
give me
doing
30
that
seconds, Arnav. Kindly bear with me for 30 seconds, Arnav. The main issue where you did not allow me to put my point across was, it is not about, if we are talking about laws only, Arnav, laws itself will take us absolutely nowhere. It is the implementation of the law and the accused going to the gallows every time an accused commits an offense, which is going to be a deterrent. You can have death penalties and you can have people lynched on the streets. It will not put the fear, because there are going to be some high-ups, some political masters who are going to protect the perpetrators of this crime, who are going to protect the police, which is inefficient and incapable and completely having apathy towards the ordinary citizen. You have to completely make a deterrent, make certain examples. Heads should roll, be it the Prime Minister of this country, be it the police commissioner, be it the Chief Minister. In this country, heads don't roll, and that is why we are so much accustomed to crimes day after day. We know heaven
all the heads,
but there is zero
all the heads that should roll are ducking tonight. And we want the Delhi Police Commissioner to come out and take responsibility.
That's nothing new.
The Delhi Chief Minister to come out and say something. We don't want to have to pull them out and make them say something. It should come from the heart, like Usha Uttup rightly asks. What was that little child's fault? It's our collective fault. We have failed child after child and woman after woman. It's all big talk. There is nothing changing. The pressure must increase quite certainly, and some change needs to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for talking to me. Joining our panel now, Ashok Pandit is with me. He's an activist and filmmaker. Subhashini Ali, very prominent communist leader, leader of the CPI from Kanpur. And Nupur Sharma, National Executive Member of the Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha, is a student leader on BJP. Sudha Ramalingam of the PUCL is joining us from Chennai. Tehseen Poonawalla is with us, political analyst, totally leans towards the Congress party. I want to make that affiliation abundantly clear, is joining us from Delhi. Kirti Singh, legal convener of the All India Democratic Women's Association, will be joining us. And Vinod Kumar Tikku, member of the NCPCR, will be joining us, as will Shazia Elmi. So it's a big panel. We have a lot of time. Thank you very much indeed, everyone, for joining us. Subhashini Aliji, if I can come to you, this happens again and again, right? And I just want your assessment on why it is happening. Why did this incident happen, which is almost making us feel like we're going through the same nightmare again?
You see, it's not a question of the nightmare happening just 2 days ago. The nightmare is recurring every day somewhere or the other in India. You must have seen that yesterday in Aligarh, a small child's body was found after having been raped.
Yeah.
She was killed, and the police behaved in the most atrocious fashion. A police officer dragged and beat the mother of this child. Later on, an even more senior officer went on air saying, how do they know the child has been raped? I mean, this kind of insensitivity, I think that's one thing that we have to talk about. You see, there will be criminals, there will be perverts. We cannot be keeping a track of every one of them. But the law enforcement authorities, unless they are held accountable, why are they not being prosecuted? Why are they not being treated as criminals?
They're being protected.
Any officer or any policeman who is guilty of dereliction of duty, not registering an FIR, not conducting an inquiry, and then behaving in this atrocious fashion, he shouldn't be suspended. He should be dismissed from service and he should be prosecuted. And if he has committed a crime that deserves it, he should be sent to jail. I think this is something that is very important.
But it's not happening. You see, the problem is the entire...
It is not happening. Of course it's not happening.
The police force in Delhi is completely chauvinistic. And the Delhi Police Commissioner...
It's not only in Delhi or not, but
the Delhi Police Commissioner has got the longest rope any policeman can ever seem to get. Gautam Kaul, shouldn't the Delhi Police Commissioner voluntarily offer to resign? Set an example.
Well, I
First,
don't know
a small
whether that will
correction.
happen,
I was
but
never
I
the
think
Commissioner of Police. I was the Additional Commissioner of Police for New Delhi Range, and then I moved into the Government of India. Now, as to your question, first I would like to tackle the first speaker's point of view. Yes, the police has derelicted in its duties as far as not registering the case and taking the inquiry immediately when the fact came to be known. This is part of the habit that the police seems to have not got rid of. Because everybody here in India, I'm not taking the case of Delhi police alone, but this is a tendency all over India that one is hesitant to record a serious case, because once you record a serious case, you reflect upon the state of law and order in that particular area, and no police officer is willing to answer that his area is suffering from
that is his problem. That is if the police have turned into liars. If some policemen have turned into liars, then they are encouraging criminals. You are telling me the reasons for it, Mr. Gautam Kaul.
This is absurd.
this is the most absurd thing.
And Gautamji, in this case, there's a difference.
How can you
It is not the police. It is not the police. Gautamji, it was not the police who was taking the bribe. It was the police who was giving the bribe and telling them to keep shut. This is a matter of shame for the police force. That you don't complain, take 2,000 rupees and keep your mouth shut. I think this is height of everything. It kills everything.
This is an element of corruption. This is an element of corruption which has gone into the police department, or even I would say into general.
No, let's talk about the police
services.
Let's talk about the police. Let's talk about the police. What has happened to the police?
Okay, I'll stick to the police. I'll stick to the police, and I'll say that this is an element of corruption which exists in the police department.
No, this corruption,
poor people can be attempted to keep quiet on small small gifts, let's say.
Mr. Kaul,
now you're obfuscating the issue.
Mr. Kaul, one second. Is the police going to auction a 5-year-old girl's trauma? Is the police going to try and put a price to her dignity? And is the police commissioner of Delhi such a shameless man that he will not take accountability and resign on his own? We see a hand go up, and that hand is of Nupur Sharma of the Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha. Yes, Nupur, go ahead.
Arnab, I would like to start by saying that what is happening today is that we are running around in circles and we are discussing the same issue again and again. Who is giving them so much power to be so callous and have this free reign? This is absolute free reign. Ye police ka gunda raj, if I may speak in Hindi.
Ji.
Why is the question not pertaining to how are they acting like this, under whose order are they acting like this, and what gives them so much power? They're employees of the government. Their salaries are paid by the taxpayers, while their services are for completely different reasons. I fail to understand. We are here trying to discuss that, oh, today it's become corrupt, it's become shameless. What is it that is making them so corrupt and shameless is the question, and we are just running around in circles and nothing is changing.
What is making them corrupt and shameless is arrogance. The arrogance with which, there's a lady called Mamta Sharma who I said earlier, just about 20 minutes back, I said, I'm very sorry to have to say this, but I have never seen or heard of somebody who is holding a post like the NCW, National Commission of Women Chief. She says, she's been reported as saying that I cannot meet the family before Saturday because it is a holiday on Friday. And on top of it, this is, first you have an incompetent person like that. Then you have a police which bribes the family and tells them to keep quiet after failing to file an FIR. Things have hit rock bottom. Shazia, is there a solution you have in mind?
No, I think we really need to re-examine the system and overhaul it. Something is rotting, something is already, you know, and I don't know where we can start from. If you look at the Delhi police, it's a 84,000 officer strong, one of the largest metropolitan police forces in the world. But there's one police officer for every 20 citizens, for every 200 citizens in fact, and 20 officers for every one VIP. And also the disregard and complete disdain that the police officers have for the Aam Aadmi, for the common person, and then complete disconnect as if they don't matter. So I really wonder as to what is the rationale of the police force when they don't entertain or respect the common person and whose salaries are being paid for from their pockets. So I have a huge problem with the way the Delhi police, and not just Delhi police, Indian police is. If you look at Meerut, you know, the cop case where the cop was chasing away youngsters. If you look at Taran, if you look at Aligarh yesterday, what was done? What was done to dismiss these officers? Mere suspension won't do. And we also need to arrest some of these people and have an inquiry later on and ask them as to why they are completely failing in their performance of the duty towards the people.
It's not that they are failing. They don't care at all for anybody except politicians or their police bosses. And that is they just don't care. People are expendable. And the fact is, as I go to Kirti Singh, the fact is this, that the poorer you are, the easier it is to try and hush up the case. You throw 2,000 rupees at a family of a girl. I want to ask the policeman who threw that, if that had happened to anybody in their family, How would they have felt if somebody came and threw 2,000 rupees at them and told them just keep shut, keep quiet, swallow it? Swallow it is the message that's going on from the Delhi police.
Yeah.
And this is 5 months after Nirbhaya, Kirti Singh. 5 months after Nirbhaya. And where is Sheila Dikshit, by the way? I haven't seen her all day.
Yes.
Yes, please.
It's a price
Kirti
tag
Singh.
of a poor 5-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a price
No, I was
just girl in India.
8 minutes. Anyway, I feel that it's really shocking. The incident is so brutal that it should have shaken anyone. But obviously, it's clear that either the police did not investigate the incident properly or did not know how to investigate a crime. Because if they had, I mean, anybody knows, the general public knows that a rape of a minor child is often committed by somebody in the neighborhood, somebody whom the child knows, and somebody who knows the child. So the first place you start the investigation is in the neighborhood. You don't start the investigation, as the additional commissioners claimed, all over the place. You don't have to go throughout the world to look for a child who's been kidnapped. The first place
No, but they don't look at all. No, Kirti Singh. Kirti Singh, the only flaw that I'm sorry to come in. The only flaw that I'd like to point out with the greatest of respect is this, that frankly, in this case, the police did not even try. It is beneath the dignity of the police in Delhi to try and look for a child of a poor person. If an MLA calls, if a corporator calls, if a politician calls, they'll go running.
Yes.
They did not try. In this case, they didn't try.
Commentary on them. So that's why. I feel that the person who was in charge of this investigation, the superior in the police officer, just let me have my say, should be taken to task. Not merely the junior people involved, not the constables, but somebody at a higher rank who should have been in charge of the case, who should have investigated, who should have
Where is the higher rank?
That is the person.
Where is the higher rank? Where is the higher?
Frankly speaking,
where is the higher rank today? Kirti Singh, it's so sad. It's so sad that the Prime Minister of India has issued, the Prime Minister of India, with great respect, and it's good that he has issued a press release asking for action against the police officers who beat up the young women. It's laudable the Prime Minister has done so, but why should the Prime Minister have to ask for it?
Why is it not?
Why do you have to ask for action?
Yes, exactly.
It's remarkable.
It should have been done immediately. I mean, it was all on camera. Everybody could see how the young girls were being slapped left, right, and center. You see how, completely devoid of any kind of dignity this policeman was. He didn't care whether the camera was there or not. He thought he could act with impunity. And that's how they behave. They behave in Aligarh yesterday like that. They behave here.
No, I just want to just ask here, because the only person I find on the panel who obviously is supporting the Congress and the UPA government and centre, Delhi police, everyone is Tehseen Poonawalla, and I don't want to just attack you for the sake of it, but I think that you are on very fragile ground, Tehseen, because the only thing people would have expected would have been everyone who matters, Commissioner, Chief Minister, Home Minister, everyone have a full emergency news conference and say something. Say something. Today we haven't even had the police commissioner. People are comparing this to what's happening in Boston, where both the president, all the senior police officers, minute-to-minute briefings, they're telling the people, they're telling us a message, we will not let go, we will not let go. And here it is, the Delhi police commissioner has not even addressed the press. It's been 24 hours. And Mamta Sharma can't go to the spot because it's a holiday on Friday. I mean, insensitive.
Let them tell us what exactly they have done.
To answer your question, first of all, today I speak on this panel as an Indian. I speak as an Indian, and I don't want to take any political positions. Let's all be multi-partisan out here. But
no, you're not multi-partisan, so let's be very clear about that. Tehseen, don't try and you represent the government point of view, so please go ahead.
Action must be taken against the concerned officer.
Exactly.
And believe you me, Amna, the
is
ACP who hit this girl has been placed under suspension. Now the ACP is a high-level police officer. With regards to what the police said, I'm not going to defend the police. I'm not here to defend the police. But just to be fair to them, their PRO, Mr. Ranjan Bhagat, made a statement as soon as this incident happened. He said that appropriate action will be taken immediately against all concerned police officials. So that I'm sure the police will follow up. As for the state government, top officials of the state government, and you had visuals of that, did go visit the girl. They've moved the girl to AIMS hospital. They're making sure that she's completely being taken care of.
Saw that in
and that again
also.
is extremely laudable. The state government has done everything. But I just want to draw one very
I just want to ask you one question, Tehseen. My question to you is, why are we waiting for the incident to happen? Is it not the government which has failed to stop this?
Ashok Pandit, please, 1 minute.
My question to you is,
use hockey sticks. Please, 1 minute.
No, my question to you, answer my question.
Please, 1 minute, Ashok
Answer my question, Tehseen. Why has the government failed to take care of this situation? Why has the situation happened?
You defend police
after Nirbhaya case, why has the government failed to save a 5-year-old child?
Let us talk sense out here.
We don't want suspensions. We want to ask you and your government, why has the government failed to create this kind of a situation?
Of course,
why has the girl been raped? A 5-year-old child is not secured in your country.
It is your fundamental right to protest. But does the right to protest, there's a line between the right to protest and anarchy. Does the right to protest include the right to create anarchy in a hospital?
No, Tehseen, you're not answering my question, Tehseen. You're not, my dear friend, you're not asking my question. You're not answering my question. Tehseen, just answer my one question. Why is
I am not going to defend the police.
No, don't defend.
Shazia, one at a time, please. No, 1 second. One at a time. Everyone, one at a time. Let Nupur come in. Let Nupur come in.
Just 10 seconds.
Please, you're not a woman. Yeah, you also know. You're the one who's shouting now. Enough. You are trying to now justify that the police guy who slapped the protester.
Go ahead, Nupur. Let her come. Let her come.
What are you trying to say?
No, ma'am, I am not justifying it. I am saying,
what are you trying to say? The poor little girl is raped, Tehseen.
Those are lines.
Stop shouting.
The right to protest
you stop shouting,
has the right to create an anarchy.
Stop shouting, Tehseen.
The right to protest, the right to protest does not have the right to create an anarchy. You're the only one screaming, ma'am.
No, sir, you are.
No, sir, you are.
You see, the problem is
all
this.
I'm trying to say is the hospital is a sanitized place.
Don't talk about the hospital.
The patients who get
don't. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's why you should be slapped. What are you trying to say then?
Why are you trying to make it sound that I'm
sorry. I'm shocked. Why do you have him on the debate?
Mr. Poonawala, can you keep quiet for some time?
I also don't accept this. A woman who hates the protesting.
Of course it's wrong. I'm condemning it. You cannot make personal...
Mr. Poonawala, can you keep quiet for some time?
I'm sorry. You're speaking against women today. India is...
I am not speaking against women. All I'm trying to say is, in a hospital, please do not create commotion. Our women are our fellow citizens.
You see, 1 minute. Now I'm coming in. Now let's reduce the volume. 1 minute, please. Can I come in, please? 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 No.
They would have legally a right to hit women.
Yeah. Now here's one. Can I please? Now will you let me come in? Will you please let me come in? Tehseen and Nupur. Nupur, when you come in. Miss Ali, I'm just coming to you. I just want to bring a little bit of order. Wait, 1 second, please. You see, I'll tell you, I'll give you, I just want to give Subhashini ji just 1 minute. I'll just take 1 minute. I just want to put 5 reasons why the Delhi police should be ashamed. I just want to put 5 reasons why the Delhi police should be ashamed. Ashamed, reason number 1. You refused to file an FIR when the girl went missing, when the police family went to you. They should be ashamed because the minor was found in the same building, and despite the family approaching the police did nothing to find her. Reason number 3, when she was discovered brutalized, the police offers the father 2,000 rupees to keep quiet. Reason number 4, then when the father asks the police, what are you doing to find the rapist, they say, be happy that the girl has been found. That's where the matter ends. Yani ki close the chapter. And reason number 5 is when people go and protest, then there is a ACP, I think, Bani Singh Ahlawat or something like that. He slaps a woman protester. And reason number 5,
Arnav, I just want to say
they've only been
things,
suspended. Please. Yes, Subhashini Ali. Subhashini Ali is speaking, please, let her.
I just want to say 2 things, Arnav, because I'm very far away. One thing I'd like to say is that when a child is found in that condition after having been kept captive for 2 days without food, without water, having been tortured in every way possible, why was she not immediately taken by the police to AIIMS, the best hospital in the city, the only place where her life could really have been saved? They cannot get away with saying that they took her to some hospital in the neighborhood. The second thing is that this suspension, as everybody has said, means nothing. These people should be arrested. Police should be told that if they behave like criminals, they will be treated like criminals. That is the only way things are going to be changed. And number 3, I just want to make the point that we've been talking about fast-track courts. Are there going to be fast-track courts set up in Delhi and elsewhere in the country to at least prosecute in cases like this, so that those who have committed these heinous crimes are really punished? This is not happening. There is not a single fast-track court in the whole of Uttar Pradesh. So this is an issue that also should be part of the debate.
But I totally agree with you. I think the people are demanding action against the police. I want to go to Mr. Tikku once, member of the NCPCR. Mr. Tikku, on this, time for action against the police. Time for action against the police. What do you think?
I think this, Arnav, is not the case of just Delhi. We have every day we receive complaints of the inaction by police all across the country. We receive complaints against apathy of the police all across the country. This particular case, in this case, I think immediately the action should have been taken. The police cannot be spared just because they are the police force. They have to be taken to task. I've been watching this since morning. The way it has happened is absolutely shameful. It's absolutely not worth acceptable. The policemen forcing a slap on a young girl just because she wanted to know what's happening around.
This is the mentality.
Certainly not acceptable in a civilized society.
This is the mentality. This is the mentality, is Mr. Tikku. The mentality. The mentality is this.
There has to be a
the mentality is chauvinistic.
There has to be a complete transformation in the mindset of the police all across the country.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Today everybody's changed. Let's change the mindset of society.
There has to be.
Shazia is saying something. Shazia, please. Yes, Shazia.
Suspension and you pass it.
Shazia.
And again,
Shazia.
The same cops.
One more minute, Arnav. One more minute.
Shazia, cops who brutalize protesters, bash them up. The same cops who brutalize us, who treat us as water cannons, tear gas shells. You see them how they wag their tails in front of the political masters. You see the kind of sacrificency and stooge-like behavior in front of all the politicians, members of the executive or legislature. And you just see how they are with the common person. And let me tell you, since last night, a lot of volunteers, and I will not talk about Aam Aadmi Party, though Aam Aadmi volunteers are there, regular citizens, activists, politicians, whatever you want to call them, they've been there putting pressure. Nobody came around, and only when it became big did the people come around and started talking about it, and only because the girl comes from a very poor family. Another question I want to add to Suhashini, I want to add to Suhashini ji what she just said. You know, this girl comes from a poor family, and she came in such a brutalized condition, in such a sorry condition. I don't understand why they had to take her to an MCD hospital when she needed the best treatment, super speciality treatment. Why when all the VIPs go to AIIMS and other places, why not for a poor girl, for parents who have probably no other means, with very humble financial
this has become such a
pressure was made for 12 hours.
Yeah, no, I think the point you raise is absolutely right, especially because Shazia, because the same politicians no end, even they bore the nation. The constant point which they make is, we will change things, we will work for the girl child, we will not allow another Nirbhaya to happen. But the fact is today nobody is coming out and speaking. Yes, Kirti, the templated photocopy replies of politicians are most ineffective. Yes, Kirti Singh.
Yes. Yeah, what I wanted to just point out was that now under the new law, criminal action can be taken against the police. They can be arrested. Exactly. And I think we should apply this law to all these cases in which the police have misbehaved. The second thing I wanted to say was about the policeman hitting the girl. First of all, there has to be women policemen to deal with the women demonstrators. The men police cannot deal with women demonstrators. Secondly, even if the girl was trying to, see what the name of plate of the police officer was, he needn't have taken his ire out and let go of his temper and be so brutal. He actually, everyone has seen those slaps. The manner in which he hit the demonstrator was amazing. And the sounds could be heard on the TV itself. And what makes these, I think the police cannot be allowed to act with this kind of impunity. What makes them think that they can time and again get away with this?
But they do, and now I want to get in Abid Rasool. One sec, Abid Rasool of the Congress Party has joined us in the studios in Delhi. Let's get an answer from the politicians. But before I go to Abid Rasool, I'd like to bring Sudha Ramalingam, Advocate and Vice President of the PUCL, who's joining us from Chennai for her views.
I'm not Vice President and the PUCL member now.
Okay, you can come in as a lawyer, as a citizen. That's all right.
I would like to first of all say that the police only acts as a force and not as a service. It acts as a force and is only, till date, the remains of British Raj continues to be in their blood. That actually answers the question about why police is brutal. Police is brutal only because they do not still understand that they are a service, that they are at service for the people, and they are also taking money and income from the taxpayers' money, that is the common man's funds. What's really important is to understand that bringing about many new laws is not going to resolve the problem at all. What is necessary is an effective police force, a time-bound investigation, scientific investigation. All these things are very, very essential.
I just want to say one thing here as I go across. Consider this, that how completely lopsided what this gentleman is saying. First of all, in the United States of America, Barack Obama came on television and he spoke 60 minutes after it was confirmed it was a bombing. Today, the whole country is talking about this. You have a DCP from Delhi who's coming in. He comes out, and this man is live right now. He completely contradicted himself. First, he says, we've done nothing wrong. We've investigated the case, etc., etc. We've cracked it. Then he says there's a vigilance inquiry. And then he says there's a suspension. If there is nothing wrong, the question that begs to be answered is this. If there is nothing wrong, why is there an inquiry? If there is nothing wrong, why has somebody been suspended? Is the police force doing, Shazia Ilmi, is the police force doing anger management again? I think this is anger management.
Why is the police commissioner not there?
And where is the police commissioner?
Why is the police commissioner silent?
Where's the chief minister?
Why
completely
is
absurd.
Not come in the front and talking to the press?
Why
is the DCP coming in the press?
No, I think the Delhi police commissioner, the least he can do is resign. The Delhi police commissioner, the least he could do at this point of time is resign.
Yeah,
and why only the police commissioner? I think the home minister also has no right to be sitting on the chair.
Completely.
The home minister, Sushil Kumar Shinde, should resign today.
Well,
because it's the second time it has happened in the country.
Let's get everyone in.
Let's
get Abid Rasool. He just joined the.
They have failed the country. They have failed the citizens.
Okay, Nupur wants to say something. Nupur, and after that, Abid Rasool, please. Yeah.
I've been trying to say something, please. I just want to add to Ms. Ali, if there is a fast-track system to bring the accused to book, I would really wonder why is there not a fast-track system to get errant police officials to book.
Yeah.
And then if we ask this question, the answer we get is, oh, Delhi police is not under the Delhi government. Oh, but they're under the central government. But my question is, who's running the central government? Exactly what I want to add here.
That question goes to Abid Rasool.
Where is this statement? Where are we going? I started this debate by saying we are running around in circles, Arnav, and as a woman, I'm ashamed, I'm absolutely unsafe today. That's how I feel, and I'm sure that's how everybody, all women on this panel and women on the streets feel.
Answer the question, Abid Rasool. Where's the political structure of the country today? Abid Rasool, please answer that question, please. Abid Rasool. Abid Rasool, please, Tehseen. I want Abid Rasool to answer that, Tehseen. I want Abid Rasool, who's just joined the panel, to answer. Answer, Nupur.
Okay. Arnav, I had just come into Delhi in the morning from Hyderabad, and after that I saw this happenings. It is really bad, and it is one of the worst of its type of cases where a child is molested and tried to be put to death.
We know that. Yeah.
The fact
physically
remains.
assaulted, sir.
Yeah. The fact
Sexually
remains
assaulted.
that today we need to definitely talk about it in a very, very honest manner, without trying to play politics or without trying to just put the blame on somebody and trying to get out of it.
Nobody's playing politics, sir. Nobody's interested in playing politics.
We are responsible for it. And I can assure you on your channel that we will take action against the police officers who have been found guilty of declaration of the duties. We will take action against the officer who has misbehaved with a protester, whatever may be the situation.
What is action?
There.
What is action? Mr. Abid Rasool.
We have seen
Mr. Abid Rasool. Mr. Abid Rasool, everybody believes. No, no, everybody believes.
We have seen this type of actions in different places.
No.
So the police force needs to be put in order all over the country, and they need to understand. Yeah, let us talk. Today is not a time when we can shout at each other.
Mr. Rasool, I am not interested in shouting at anyone. If you allow me to speak, I'll speak. If you allow me to speak, Mr. Rasool, I am not interested in shouting at anyone. 1 second, Mr. Rasool.
Now I will tell you,
Mr. Rasool, come to the point.
Very clear that our Prime Minister is concerned about this.
I know all that. We have said all that.
President is concerned. We will see action. You will definitely see action, which is to the satisfaction of all the panelists, and it will happen. The laws have been passed, and we will take action.
It is not for our satisfaction, sir. As a woman, I'm requesting you. I want to be safe. It is not for the panel's
representative of the party. I am equally concerned, and I am equally concerned, and I am here, come here as a common man.
It's not about the panel's satisfaction.
I am not trying to put away the blame or anything. I am equally concerned, and the girl is like my granddaughter's age,
I
and
also
she is
belong
of
to
the
a
same age. I
political
am
party.
equally
In
concerned
spite
about
of that, I'm requesting you.
Let the police authorities act.
So we
will definitely act, and we will see that
they acted by slapping protesters.
Mr. Rasool,
a female protester. We saw action today.
One second. Can I come in, please? Nupur and Mr. Rasool, please allow me 1 minute, please. 1 minute. I am challenging tonight the definition of action. Suspension of a person who has slapped a common man and a woman is not action. Suspension of an SHO who has tried to bribe the father of a rape victim is not action. If that is action, we are ashamed of such action. This is inaction. It is not action. It is the opposite of action. It is an insult. It is an insult. It is not action. It is an insult to the people of this country. It is not action. It is not action. Why should people have to ask for it?
It will follow. It will be to the satisfaction of all the panelists.
Come on, Subhash. It's not. I don't want us to. You have to satisfy our panelists.
That's preliminary action.
Subhashini Ali. I want to bring in Subhashini Ali, Kirti Singh and Subhashini Ali back. This definition of action is now got to be challenged. Subhashini Ali and Kirti Singh before that. I'd like to come back to you, Kirti Singh. Okay, Subhashini Ali first, please. Yes, Subhashini.
Yes, I think it... No, suspension is no action. Suspension is no action at all. A crime has been committed in full view of everybody. The person who committed the crime should be sent to jail. The same thing about the allegation of bribery, that is also something that is there in public knowledge. There are so many kinds of action that are taken against poor people from morning till night. Nobody goes into inquiries, nobody gives them a chance. Why are the police being treated with kid gloves? I would like to say that when Justice Verma made his recommendations, he said policemen and army men who rape should be treated like everybody else. But the government and the BJP went out of their way to protect them and said the morale of the services will fall if this is accepted. This kind of mollycoddling is what is responsible for the arrogance and the criminal behavior of people who are supposed to protect people.
Mollycoddling, arrogance, these are the words now that you need to look at, Mr. Abid Rasool. If you are mollycoddling because you are arrogant, it will not be allowed.
Yeah. Arnab.
Or if somebody is arrogant because they are being mollycoddled, that will also not be allowed.
Arnab,
Kirti Singh wants to come in. Kirti Singh, please.
One more thing.
Yeah, I just want to again...
Kirti Singh, please.
Our party is also committed towards very stringent laws. Today on your channel, I request that all of us join together, help the government in putting forward the stringent laws, including BJP. We are ready for any type of law which the people of the country wants. Actually, the government is a part of the people's mandate.
Law, you have to implement the existing laws.
So whatever laws they want, whatever action they want, want will happen.
Please implement.
Okay, Mr. Rasool, listen to Kirti Singh.
If it is to be made more stricter, we will do it. There's no doubt about it. We will talk to everybody and we'll do it.
Code, because you have now this kind of inaction and inappropriate action by the police is punishable. So let us use the law against them too, like they use it against everyone else. That's number one.
Yes,
and
sure.
number two, police, let directions be issued.
We will apply the law.
To all police stations about how they should behave with women protesters. You know, EDWA has been fighting this issue from 20 years almost. When women and when one of our women leaders was, her hand was broken by the police while she was in the police station, and nothing was done at that level. And then there were rules which were brought in, and I think again we need to ask the police to send out directions and to take very strict actions if men police misbehave with ordinary protesters. So let's use at least the law. Let's implement the law. That's what I would request the central government to do in this particular case.
I don't know. I think there is.
That has already been done. All police stations. Arnab, once again. Arnab, once again, that has already been done. All police stations, once again, all police stations have already been given clear-cut guidelines on how women should be dealt with. The problem is that the police are so used to the archaic system because your laws are so archaic. And just to make a quick point, the central government has already sent the notice out to all state governments to start implementing the police reforms, but the state governments have not responded to that.
Please, Tehseen, please, not tonight. Mr. Tikku is coming in. Not tonight. Don't try and do this. It's not an NCTC argument. Mr. Tikku is rebutting you. Mr. Tikku, please.
I would like to say.
Mr. Tikku.
I would like to add
I think there's been a lot of debate on having laws and laws and laws. I think India is one country which already has the best of the laws. It is not just the laws, it is the implementation of the law. I think the implementing authority has completely failed our children in the country. We stand at this place where we have definitely shamed our children.
I'm talking about police reforms.
We have failed in our obligation to the children.
Yeah,
not just in Delhi. We have the best of the laws.
This is not about laws. This is because we don't care. The fact is this: that's a very poor, Mr. Tikku, very poor person's child, and that's why she was not taken to AIMS. You see, she was not given the support she was needed to be. I am asking today whether if it had been a rich person or politician or bureaucrat's child, whether they would have been taken to an MCD hospital. They wouldn't have been, and
they would have found her first.
Huh? Yes, they would have found her first, obviously, and they wouldn't have tried. They wouldn't have tried to bribe the parents. I think it's also shameful, isn't it, Shazia?
And not taken 2 days or 3 days to find a person who's next door. Yeah. I mean, just below in another house. If they had even bothered to search the building, they would have found her.
Implemented in this country, ma'am. We need police reforms.
Oh God, please. We want the policeman sacked.
But the point is not.
Don't confuse the issue, Shazia. The question is also about this question raised by another panelist. We have two Indias. We have two Indias for the VIPs and the...
I want to say that.
Absolutely.
I don't want to... and for the Aam Aadmi. Not all of them necessarily represented by your party, Shazia. Yes. But that's the issue.
One more thing.
That's the middle class.
Absolutely.
Shazia.
Absolutely. And they're two different worlds. And it seems that never the twain shall meet. Because there seem to be such different worlds, and the police, and it seems that Delhi works for VIPs, India works for VIPs.
Yeah.
There is a whole political class, the ruling elite, and the rest of the teeming millions who nobody cares about. It doesn't matter, whichever class,
I want to ask the former additional police commissioner.
Religion.
I want to ask the former additional police commissioner whether he on television will demand the sacking of the ACP and the required police officers, and whether he also feels that it is the SHO, and whether he also feels it's a shame that the Delhi Police Commissioner tonight has not even come out once, not as a mark of respect for this child who's fighting for her life, or sensitivity towards the family, or towards the anger of the people. Mr. Gautam Kaul, would you have done something like that? And the Delhi police says what? What is their motto? With you, for you, always.
In the very beginning of the program, you raised an issue whether are we to pay the price of being in a democracy. Now, this raises the same question in relation to your question now that you have posed. Being in a democracy, there is a set of procedure which is kept in government regarding how a misdemeanor is to be investigated. Now, as others have said, suspension is no punishment. I agree with it.
Yeah.
Suspension is no punishment. But it is the first step in the process of taking cognizance of the misdemeanor. And I think after all this excitement is over, so kindly give some time to the government
Mr. Kaul, I'm sorry. Mr. Kaul, I'm sorry. You are a very, very senior person. I have greatest regard for you. But I object to the patronizing tone that you are adopting on television tonight by calling this excitement. This is not excitement, Mr. Kaul. This is genuine anger. Don't call it excitement, Mr. Kaul. That's a standard way of looking at it. Please don't patronize us.
Okay, this is not your definition. I'll say it.
No, don't call this excitement. We are not excited. No, we are not excited. We are not excited that an Aam Aadmi got beaten. We are not excited that a girl got raped. We are not excited that the police is incompetent. It is a shame.
I changed my sentence. I am changing my sentence, and I am saying that the anger that is currently in the program,
because
a very valid anger, and once that anger subsides, the anger has to subside at some point of time.
Why should it subside? Ask Subhashini Ali.
Why should it subside? Why should it subside?
Why should it subside? Because if you are angry all the time, you are likely to fall sick yourself.
Gautam, don't.
Subhashini Ali. Subhashini Ali is responding to Gautam.
Gautam, don't do that. When you are an administrator, you have to be very rational. Because you are answerable to the courts of law.
You can suspend a person and send him to jail. You can suspend a policeman and send him to jail. There is no law against it.
No, it is not given. It is not given like that. You don't suspend a person and send him to jail. You suspend a person and send him to the line if he is a police officer.
You see that the problem is
no, you can send him to jail.
You give me a law.
You can send him to jail because he slapped someone. He slapped a woman in public.
The new law that has been approved by the president. Please look at it.
He slapped a woman in public.
That is yes.
Under which, if a police doesn't follow directions,
then you have to register a case.
Does not register.
Then you have to register a case.
Mr. Gautam, can I say one thing to you? Mr. Kaul, 1 minute. Mr. Kaul, for a very long time. No, for a very long time.
One sentence.
For a very long time. Okay, Shazia wants to say something. Go on, Shazia. Shazia, briefly, please. I'm running short of time.
I also want to ask as to why the DCP. I was listening to the press conference. I couldn't hear the most of it.
Yeah.
I want to know, why did the DCP take the girl's name, Gudia? You're not supposed to take a minor victim, or any victim or survivor's name.
I don't know if that is the name or if it was just a. I don't know if it is a name or it is just a phrase which is. The question here is this, and I want to say this with greatest sincerity to Abid Rasool, Tehsin Punawala, and Mr. Kaul. Mr. Kaul, though, is not supporting this, but Mr. Kaul is representing a voice of the establishment. That Mr. Kaul, what is happening is for a very, very long time, and this is my humble observation. You know, people who have ruled, policemen, bureaucrats and politicians, they feel we will confuse and confound the people of this country in procedure. We will confuse them so much that if you ask them, they'll say, this procedure, tell me the rule, tell me the book, which page, where is it, show me the precedent. So even if it goes against the principles of common sense and justice, procedure is thrown back at the people of this country. And Mr. Kaul, what you're seeing tonight is the entire nation which is saying enough procedure, we want justice. And all that people want the police to do is follow dharma, not lecture at the people. Follow their dharma. With that, girl should not have gone through this. I'm running short of time. I thank you very much for joining me on this debate on the Newshour tonight.